Good morning. All right, so I'm heading to work like every normal American should be doing. And today is the 21st year of 9/11, when 9/11 happened. So I can't really tell you stories about where I was in 9/11 because when 9/11 happened, I was only 2 years old. My mom and dad, mom was taking care of me, dad was at work. Dad heard on the radio, and mom's calling my dad, and mom was calling him about the first plane that was already hit, and dad was listening on the radio. Mom calls again, and mom actually saw the second plane hit. Mom was crying because she saw the second plane hit on TV. So, and I was 2 years old. I didn't know 9/11 existed, and because 2 years old, you're young, you don't know anything. All you know is you have a mom and a dad, and you're doing kid stuff. So All right. So when I found out about 9/11 years later, I think middle school or high school, when I found out that 9/11 happened, the first thing I thought was like, gosh damn, like what the hell happened? Like, Jesus. And then what pisses me off is that when it was at school, I was in school when I found out about 9/11. There was kids laughing about it and thinking it was a joke, and I'm looking at that kid and I'm like, this is not funny. But I'm happy that the teacher I had at the time, she was like, hey, this is not funny. Quit laughing. This is not funny. This actually happened. And I'm like, yeah, it did actually happen. People are freaking dead. So, and I found out about 9/11 and all the stuff that happened in 9/11. I'm just like, well, gosh damn. But now I sit here 21 years later since 9/11 happened, me being a 23-year-old man, I see that now that this country is so divided because, I've been seeing that for years, but my point is that when 9/11 happened, nobody gave a shit about what your political views were, and nobody gave a shit what your religion was, and nobody gave a shit what race you are, what gender you are, whatever. Nobody gave a shit. It was about Americans helping other Americans. They raised the American flag up and Americans were helping Americans out when terrorists was happening on our soil, But I think people seem to forget about 9/11, and I think people need to start remembering 9/11 because 9/11 we were coming together as Americans. Now in America, 21 years after 9/11 happened, America is so divided. Everything's about politics. Everybody gets pissy with certain religion. People get pissed off because of race and gender and saying, oh, you can't say that, oh, you gotta accept my pronouns and shit like that, and also thinking 9/11 is a joke and laughing about 9/11 and making 9/11 jokes. I'm positive that the people that died in 9/11, I'm pretty sure they're looking down on us saying, what the fuck? I don't blame them for saying what the fuck, because look at the fucking shit that's going on. 21 years later, the country's so divided. People are hating this country, burning the American flag, freaking doing peaceful protesting when George Floyd riots happened, and freaking you barely can't say certain shit, and all white people are racist. If you're a black, when Trump was running for office, if you're white and you voted for Trump, you're a racist. If you're a black, you voted for Trump, you're an Uncle Tom. What the fuck is an Uncle Tom? From my understanding, Uncle Tom is a black guy who feels bad for being white. I think that's what it means. But that's kind of racist, don't you think? So what we need for this generation and the next generation, they need to remember. They need to know what 9/11 is, and also you people that are alive when 9/11 happened, you need to remember that 9/11 happened, and we didn't give a shit about what your political views were. We did not give a shit about your religion, didn't give a shit about your race, didn't give a shit about your gender. We didn't give a shit about any of that stuff. It was about Americans helping other Americans out. 9/12 United. I agree with Graham Allen on his 9/12 United thing. You know, because 9/12, you know, we came together as Americans, no matter what it is. It was Americans helping other Americans out. But I feel like in this day and age in America that we fall from that. Everybody's so divided. You say certain things, it pisses people off, and they censor you. If you talk about certain things, they censor you, and they get pissed off, and they get their way. And the biggest people, the weakest people have voices. It used to be the weakest people, you just shut the hell up if you didn't know what you're talking about, or if what you were saying was not right. Now, in this day and age, the weakest people have voices, and they get to say whatever the hell they want, even though it's not correct and it's wrong. But apparently, I'm wrong because I say what I think is right. I may not be right all the time. There's times where I'm wrong, and I accepted that because, you know, I'm not always right. There's times where I'm wrong, and there's times that I don't know the full truth, and I gotta get educated. That's normal. But these people, not normal. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I do pray for this world. I pray for our country. I pray for my generation and this generation to get their shit together. But I don't know. You guys. We need to start remembering 9/11. We need to start remembering what happened 21 years ago when 9/11 happened. We need to start remembering that, hey, why don't we come together as Americans? Why are we so damn divided? You know why we're divided? Is because because y'all people want to be divided. Y'all want to push the stupid shit, and y'all want to freaking, you know, everyone wants to hate each other and shit like that and get mad over stupid shit, even though you have no reason to get mad over stupid shit, and they want to push all their bullshit, push all their gangness, push all their politics and shit like that. I do like talking about politics, but there's a time where you need to get away from politics. You need to enjoy your real life and take a break from politics. It's good to hear the news and good to hear what's going on in our country. Yes, I agree with that. But if you're a guy that sits there and just thinks about politics all day, every day, you're the same guy that lives in his house, does not get out of his house and living there with their cats or dogs or whatever, not getting no sun, not getting out there, not even going out there and going to a bar and drinking beer with your friends. That's the type of people. That's the type of person that is. But whatever. Rest in peace to all the people that passed away from 9/11. I'm sorry that you lost your life, and I'm sorry for the family members that lost their loved ones in 9/11. It's a terrible thing that happened. I wish that it would never happen, but it did. But I hope that people will start remembering and start getting their heads out of their asses and thinking, back then we were not so divided. We were coming together as Americans. That's what needs to happen right now. But we'll have to wait and see what all happens. But rest in peace for the people on 9/11. I pray for their families that lost their loved ones. And I pray for this world and this country to know that, hey, why don't we stop being divided? Why don't we come together as Americans and quit this bullshit? God bless y'all guys. Rest in peace to the people that passed away in 9/11.